Hi guys, my name is Tito. I make videos on personal finance and investing, and in this video I want to talk about my absolute favorite money management resource. I prioritize this resource above all the saving and investing apps that I have on my phone and all the other online services that I use to manage money. Without this resource, my finances would literally be upside down, I guarantee it. So I'll be telling you about it, but not just that, you can also use it for yourself by using the link in the description box below to download this resource, and you can share it with friends and family as well. All I ask in return is that you like this video by clicking on the like button just underneath the video, and if you're into personal finance, saving and investing for young people, then please feel free to subscribe to my channel as well by clicking on the red subscribe button. Okay guys, so like and subscribe. All right, that said, let's dive into today's video. Now, spoiler alert, it's an Excel spreadsheet, but it's a game-changing Excel spreadsheet, believe me. Now, on this channel, I've said a few times that one of my best money habits is my ability to track my expenses or to keep an eye on my finances. Well, not too long ago in a video where I talked about how I started investing, how I got into investing, if you want to check that video out, just click the card in the corner of the screen. It's a bit of a long one, it's over 15 minutes, but if you have the time, card in the corner of the screen. In that video, I talked about how in the second stockbroking firm where I worked, one of my duties was to calculate my MD's financial position and to analyze his net worth or evaluate or calculate his net worth by just taking all his assets, valuing them at the beginning of every day and at the end of every week so that he would know what his net worth was at any given time. Now, that's a skill that I adopted for myself with a spreadsheet. With this spreadsheet, I'm able to keep an eye on my finances, to know where my money is from cash in the bank to the money that I have in different investments. It's extremely helpful, and I update it every week, every Monday, so that at the start of the week, I know what my net worth is and I know how liquid I am. And that's the major benefit of it, knowing how much you have, how much you're worth, and how your investments are performing. Now let's have a look at it so I can give you a breakdown of how to use it. Now, first of all, if you're not too familiar with Excel and how to, plug in formulas, don't worry. I will explain a whole bunch of things in the description box of this video. So things I may not mention in the video right now, you can find explanations to them a bit more detailed in the description box below. And if you have other questions, please drop me a question in the comment section below. I'll be happy to respond to you guys. Now let's dive into it. Now, the first thing that you'll notice is there are 7 color coordinated segments. The teal segment is for the currencies you have. The orange segment is for your different bank accounts. The third segment is for your savings apps. And the fourth is for your mutual funds. The fifth is for agri investments, if you have them. The sixth is for your dollar-based investments. And the seventh segment, the one in black, is for your the grand total. Now, horizontally for the rows, you have each of the segments, which I just listed out. But for the columns, vertically, you have the different weeks. So 2020, the first Monday, well, technically the first Monday of 2020 was the 6th of January, but the week had already started. So the first Monday I counted for 2020 was the 30th of December. And then the next Monday, which was technically the first Monday of 2020, was from the 6th of January. So what you have here is, in terms of weeks, is 53 columns for the weeks. There are 52 weeks in a year, but you get what I mean. I'm counting from the 30th of December because that week started in 2019, but spilled into 2020. Yeah. So for the currencies, which is the first segment, which is the segment in teal, it's divided into 2. You have the currencies, and then at the bottom, you have currencies converted into Naira. Here, you put in the value of any currency that you have, be it in the bank or in cash, and that's for 1A. And then once you plug in, for example, US DOM account right here, $100, right? Now, once you put that $100 in, at the bottom in 1B, under the same category US DOM account, it's 47,500 because that's basically 100 times the exchange rate, which I've put in the formula, gives you 47.5. So assuming I change that $100 to $500, enter, you'd see that it has changed now to 237,500. And it's the same for all the other currencies. I've put in the exchange rates for each of them, and that now gives you the total at the bottom. So while 1A, you just plug in the values in their respective currencies. Once you plug them in, automatically 1B will calculate or multiply them with the exchange rate to give you the naira value of those currencies. And it's those naira values that are summed up to give you the total at the bottom right there. And each of the segments has a total at the bottom, so you can know how much you have in each of those segments. Okay, so let's move on to the next one as I move that $500 back to $100. Now in the orange segment, which is segment 2, is for banks. Here basically you just put in all the figures or the amounts of money that you have in your different bank accounts. You see I've put a few examples in there, 1,000 naira in each of them, total 5,000 naira. Pretty straightforward. In the purple segment, which is the savings apps, which is things like PiggyVest and Cowrywise, you can see that's PiggyVest right there, Flex Dollar in Naira, Piggy Bank, Flex Naira, and so on and so forth. There's also Go Money, Habari, Cowrywise, which are all basically savings apps. Now, quick explanation for the Flex Dollar in dollar. So they're $10, right? But you want to calculate, since every other thing you have in PiggyVest, PiggyVest is in Naira, so that dollar, that $10 is multiplied or calculated into Naira with a formula right there. So that's the formula. It multiplies that $10 times the prevailing exchange rate, which I'll show you, which is further down at the bottom. So it multiplies that to give you this value, and then you get your total at the bottom. Pretty straightforward, I believe. Now moving on down, the third segment is mutual funds, which is in yellow. And if you're with Stanbic IBTC or ARM or Mansard, whichever mutual fund you have, you just plug it in there, the name of the mutual fund and how much you have in the mutual fund. Once you put in all the values, it gives you the total at the bottom. Moving on to the next one, the green segment, which is for Agric investments. You have agro partnerships there, Farm Sponsor, Farm Crowdy, Thrive Agric, whichever one you use, feel free to change the name. And then you put in, for investment amount, you put in how much you've invested. For wallets, if they have a referral program and you have some money from your referrals, you can put in that value to know how much you have to use on the platform. And then if you have money in your wallet, which you can actually withdraw on those platforms, you put that there as well. And you do that for each of the different companies that you're invested in, each of the agri-tech companies. And then at the bottom, you have the total for that as well. And for the blue segment, the light blue segment, is for your dollar-based investments, where you have investments with companies like Bamboo, Trove, Chaka, Rise. You trade in with those apps in dollars, right? So for Bamboo, for example, your current value, which is a segment in the app where you can see your current value, you just plug in the value right there. Available to invest is like your wallet on Bamboo, how much you have to invest, you put in the value in there. And the same goes for the other apps that are listed below or that you use. You just plug in the value, and then it will give you the value in assets, the total rather. And for that, it's under USD, that's dollar assets in dollars. So that's the total of all these ones showing right there. If I double click on it, you see that that's the summation of from up here to down there. So that gives you the total, and the total in this case is $100. Now, because we're calculating in Naira, at the bottom behind this USD assets in dollars, you have Naira to dollar exchange rate, where you can put in the prevailing exchange rate. Right now, I'm putting 475. So the total for this dollar-based investment segment is now the $100 total from all what I have in all the apps, or what you have in all the apps, because this is an example, multiplied by the exchange rate, which gives you the 47,500 Naira, which is your value in Naira of what you have within the dollar-based investments. And at the bottom in the final segment, which is in black, this is now the grand total of all the totals in all the other 6 segments. All of them are summed up to give you your grand total, which tells you how much you have in the bank, how much you have in dollar-based investments, how much you have in agric investments, how much you have in mutual funds, how much you have on savings apps, how much you have in all these 6 segments, and that's the total for that week. So imagine if this was Monday morning, I calculate all this, plug all these figures in, and then the grand total would be how much you have or how much you're worth on that Monday morning. And on the next column, if we scroll back all the way to the top, the next column is for the following Monday, and you do the whole thing all over again. By which point, either the exchange rate has changed, or your money in the bank has either increased or decreased, or the value of your investments on Bamboo Trove or your money in PiggyVest, they've all changed. So you plug in the new values to know your new financial position for that week at the start of that week. So there you have it, guys. My favorite money management resources that let you know your weekly financial position. It's really great for keeping an eye on your money. With this kind of spreadsheet, you won't forget that you have money in one bank or in one investment, since it's all there. You've listed it out all there. And it's really easy. It's really simple. Basically, what it requires from you is maybe 15 to 30 minutes once a week to plug in all those values, all those numbers, so that it gives you the grand total at the end of the whole exercise. So, be it on Monday morning or on Sunday night, whenever you choose to do it, you know what your financial position is at that point in time. I love it, and I think it's worth your time as well. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor and click on the like button and like the video, especially if you didn't do so earlier. And if you know anyone who may value what was said in this video, who may value this information, feel free to share this video with them by using the share feature just underneath the video. You can copy the link and send it to them via email, via WhatsApp, or even via Twitter for them to check this video out. And lastly, if personal finance videos, saving and investing are your cup of tea, then please subscribe to this channel as well by clicking on the red subscribe button underneath. Also, if you're interested in that video, my investment journey, how I started investing and the things that I'm invested in, you can click on the card in the corner of the screen to check that long video out as well. Thanks once again for watching, guys. I'll see you next Wednesday in my next video. Take care.